Prior to the game tonight, the Wolves Lacrosse Association, the Wolves Junior 8 team would like to recognize and congratulate current assistant coach in 2025, team captain Benta Van Bilson for being awarded the 2025 Support for Sport Female Junior Player of the Year. Congratulations, Captain Benta. Also, the 2025 Wolves Female Junior 8 team for winning the 2025 Support for Sport Lacrosse Team of the Year. Congratulations to head coach Ryan Baum and his coaching staff and all the players for a season of great teamwork and outstanding accomplishments. Congratulations, team. Tonight we have gathered to enjoy and celebrate the Creators Game. Before the opening face-off, the Wolves Lacrosse Association and the Wolves Junior 8 team will honor the Creators Game by presenting the acknowledgement of Mi'kmaq territory in the Mi'kmaq Honor Song. Please, if you're able, rise and take off your headgear and direct your attention to the flags at the entrance and the arena for the presentation of the acknowledgement and the honor song.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. Prior to the singing of our national anthem, the ECWJLL would like to acknowledge that the land on which we gather is the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. Acknowledging that we are in Mi'kmaq, the traditional ancestral territory of the Mi'kmaq people, is a way of showing respect for and honoring our shared history and shared treaty relationship. A relationship based on peace and friendship. It is very important that we continue to recognize our shared history.
Please, if you're able, remain standing for the presentation of O Canada.
And welcome everybody back to the den as we get set for tonight's action. It'll be here, Sackville Junior A female Wolves taking on the Dartmouth Bandits today in this Junior A action. Coming to you from the den here at the Lower Sackville Arena on the shores of First Lake in lovely Lower Sackville, Nova Scotia, as we get set for today's contest. My name's Larry McVicker. Larry Cherry, as the kids have called me, and we're getting set to go here today. I won't guarantee I'll get all my calls right, but I'll do my very best to let you know when your favorite player's on the floor and makes a play as we get set to go through today's action. Both teams are ready to go. It's the Wolves in the black, Bandits in the white as they get set to come out. And see, we've got number 54 for the Bandits. That's a call-up as Maya Eckert gets set today between the pipes. And she'll have her work cut out for her. Here we go. LaRock versus Hovey at the face-off. Haas comes up with it. Cadence Haas comes into the offensive zone. Haas plays it back up top, looking for Hamilton. Hamilton with a quick shot. And that was blocked in front there by LaRock. Yeah. Hamilton in. And and Eckhart got 90%, but the last 10 rolls over the line. And the Wolves strike early at 19:36 here in the period as Haas to Mullen to Hamilton. And then she gets the shot in. Yeah, goalies hate those dribbles in as we set back and we can play we go. As a swimmer plays it up. Hayward for the Wolves in the offensive zone. Looking across the coffin, but that goes off the boards. Hustling down is Joy for Dartmouth. Joy looking to try to get around Rossall. Rossall got the stick on her. And McRae picks up the rebound off the boards. Gets it back up to Hayward. Hayward coming back down the floor for the Wolves. Hayward plays it up quickly for Dietrich. Dietrich slows it down, gets the offense on. Plays over to Martin. Martin, crossover. Shot in there by Hanrahan. Wilkie, sorry. Hanrahan, or that's too many sevens out there for this old guy. That was Anthony with the shot in. Eckert makes the save. Dietrich trying to hold Blois in the zone. Blois fires it down the court. But rebound, battle for the loose ball. Up with it. Looks like Calder got it up to James. James holds up as the offense comes on. James puts it up to Mullen. Mullen has a look. Mullen, a little bit of a pick. Mullen with the shot, and 88. Sadie Beaton puts a block there. And that goes up and out of play. That'll be Wolves' ball as Dartmouth cut, looking for a change. James with the ball. James rolling back up top. Pass across for Mullen. Mullen back to the corner. Back up top for Hamilton. Hamilton puts a shot in. That goes off a leg into the corner. James after the ball. 10 seconds left in the shot clock. James puts a shot in. Gets a shot on goal, and Eckert controls it for Dartmouth. Dartmouth unable to get out of their zone. Beaten. Had it momentarily, but the 10 seconds expires. And that'll be Wolves' ball in the offensive zone as Swinimer and Dietrich come out, join the offense. In tights, Mullen. Mullen with the shot. Eckert makes a save. Eckert, another save, point blank, and comes up with the ball. Call up goalie, getting pressed in the service quickly as LaRock checked from behind by Swinimer. Swinimer in. Ball gets lost in the corner. Joy up quickly to Blois. That's Saunders, actually. But Wolves back in again is Hayward. Hayward across the swimmer. Back to Hayward. Hayward! No goal, as it looks like it'll be a crease. As Hayward was right on top of the Dartmouth goalie, but foot in the crease. No goal's the call. As Beaton trying to get that. Another 10 seconds. Ends in the zone. That was Hayward to Coffin. Coffin. Crossover for Wilkie. Down the corner. Dietrich picks that up. Dietrich rolls back up. Dietrich with a shot in on net. Eckert makes the save. Pass back up to the Rock. Now looking to come down the zone. The Rock. Into the Wolves zone. Dartmouth getting their offense set up for the first time tonight. Quick shot in net, and Martin makes the save. That was number 11. Arsenault with the shot for Dartmouth. Now he gets sent back down the floor. Picked up by Hamilton. Hamilton coming in. She got James with her. Hamilton, she'll slow it down, get the offense on. To Martin. Martin cross. Loose ball. Martin able to get that back. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. There's James. Rolls out James. You got to get a shot in on net. That just missed. Mullen with the, but she's only got a second left and realizes not enough time left on the clock. As she rolls that one away. And Brownrigg plays it up for Dartmouth. Loose ball as McPherson causing some issues. Arsenault comes up with the ball, but not for long as it gets knocked free. Joy trying to keep it in onside. McPherson brings it over half as they battle for the ball. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Dartmouth's got to get it down the floor. But they're tied up right away again. As Jenkins will come up with it. Sackville D giving Dartmouth a hard time early in the game here. Anthony with the ball for the Wolves. Anthony from the corner, looking for options. Anthony cycles in front, pushed to the outside by Joy, and Eckert able to make the save. Keeps the ball in the crease. Eckert plays it up to Joy. Lexi Joy working her way out. Gets up over half, being chased by Hovey. Hovey determined to knock that ball free. Joy having nothing of it. Played down low by Dartmouth. Dartmouth now cycles up top. LaRock in! Shot! And great save by Martin there as LaRock was going against the grain. LaRock fighting for the ball down low. Ball bounces into the crease. Picked up by the Wolves. Now coming out is Hayward. Hayward up over center. As she'll hand that off to Swinimer. Swinimer, James, Mullen, Dietrich, and Hovey out for the Wolves on the offense here. James in with the shot. Eckert, nice job. Comes across, makes that save. Working along the boards. Looking for that loose ball is Dietrich. Dietrich fighting for the ball. Rolls into the crease, picked up by Eckert. But, well, it was Dartmouth ball, and the 10 seconds expired in the defensive zone. So, Hovey makes a save by Eckert. And the ball goes up and out of play. That'll be Wolves ball in Dartmouth territory. Mullen. No, the ball played from the corner. Okay, Mullen deep to Dietrich. Dietrich from the corner, rolls up top. Looking for James up top. James with a shot. Eckert makes the save. Dietrich will get the ball, loose ball. Fresh 30 on the clock. Dietrich now rolls up top, being challenged by Beaton. Hovey has the low shot. No, she got all of Swinimer, I think, with that one. As James with the ball now. Still lots of time on the clock. Dietrich makes the shot, and Eckert makes the save. Plays that off to Saunders. Saunders lays it down the floor, but ball bouncing ball loose, and McRae will scoop that up right back to Hamilton. As Hamilton to Harker. Harker back up top. Looks like Mullen Harker with the shot. Eckert with the save. Dartmouth. Ball bounces into their bench, out of play. It'll be Wolves ball again as the Wolves again with possession. As Wilkie will start off for the Wolves. Wilkie over to Hayward. Hayward has a look. In tight, but that's knocked away from Anthony. Martin will pick it up from the corner. 15 seconds left in the shot clock. Martin rolls up top. Martin off to Hayward. Or that's Wilkie. Wilkie can't get a clear shot. Looking for Harker, but intercepted at the net by Eckert. Eckert plays that down the floor. The battle for it along the Wolves bench. And it's a interference call or illegal contact will be Dartmouth ball. As 44, Moore will start off for the Bandits. McRae, not give, or that's that's McRae. Won't give her an inch. Now Jenkins in there, causing all kinds of trouble. Looking across for Moore, but that's knocked down by Hayward. Ball snapped up and off to the races. Here we go. As Rosson in all alone. Rosson winds up, shot, and off the post. Rosson just missed. Hovey looking for that loose ball. Picked up quickly by Joy, but we got a, looks like we got a holding call coming here against the Bandits. No, just a possession change it looks like. As we got more than 5 Bandits on the floor. No, here we go. Number 16, Miss Buckley will head to the box for Dartmouth. 11:06 remaining in the first period. It's a 1-0 Sackville lead. And going on the power play here. 2 minutes for holding is the call. As Hamilton starts off the Wolves. Hamilton walks up top. Wilkie, Dietrich, back to Wilkie. Up top to Hamilton. Back to Wilkie. Back to Hamilton. As Hovey creating a lane in tight. And that was a close one as Dietrich tried to get the pass in tight. Hovey driving in. Held to the outside. Good job by McPhee. Another call up. And another save by Eckert. Hovey with the ball. Fresh 30 on the clock. And we got a penalty against the Wolves. No. Must have been a move and pick call. Change of possession. As Larocque quickly off the bench. Held up by Hannerhan. Now McRae challenging Larocque. Larocque gets a nice pick from Safalti. And McRae will not let Larocque go. Larocque peels off. Larocque end down. Looking on the outside. Shot! Great save there as Larocque had Moore at all alone on the doorstep. Except for Martin keeping that door closed. McRae comes up with a loose ball. McRae up to Hayward. Hayward will bring it over center. Hayward challenged right away by number 12. And that's Gould. A former Wolf from the minors. Here we go, down to the corner. Wolves taking it in behind the net, looking for the pass up top. Is James. Her shot's blocked. As Saunders doing a good job on the defense there. The shot clock expires. And with that, we'll have our halftime water break for the goalies. As we got 9:25 remaining in the first period. 19 seconds remain in the Wolves power play. As early goal by the Wolves, but Dartmouth has been able to throw up a lot of blocks, and young number 54, Maya Eckert, doing a great job in goal for Dartmouth. This is Dartmouth's, I believe this is Dartmouth's 3rd year in the league. They were an expansion team a few years back, as going through some growing pains, but they got a bright future when you look down at look back at the number of minor female teams coming up. through the ranks. It's good to see the sport growing. And with that, no rest for the wicket. We're back to action here as Wolves on the power play. I believe it'll be Wolves ball. Yep, it's down in the corner. We got, no, actually it's Dartmouth ball. As Saunders will start off for Dartmouth. Hamilton keeping an eye on her. Saunders, also another former Wolf. 10 seconds expires as Hamilton caused all kinds of issues. Change of possession. Wolves come up with it. Hamilton to James. James. Over for Wilkie. Cross for Hamilton. Back. Good motion, but finally shot in by Wilkie, and Eckert with the save. Eckert plays the ball down the floor. Fresh off the bench is Miss McRae as she comes up with the ball. McRae back up. Shot in by Wilkie, and that's steered aside, blocked. McRae back up with the loose ball. McRae, the loose ball specialist. As Harker trying to get a shot in. Coffin turns and fires, and Joy felt no joy in blocking that shot as she limps off. And Beaton with the ball for Dartmouth. Eaton looking for LaRock. Gould fighting for the ball, but the Wolves come back up with it. As Hanrahan brings into the zone. Passes off to Hayward. Hayward setting up the offense. Over to Hamilton. Hamilton plays it down low to James. James rolling out of the corner. James puts a shot in, and number 7, Blois, took that shot right off the face. And she goes immediately to the bench. Hopefully we'll see her back out. As 51, McPhee coming down. McPhee, an AP player and easily the tallest player out there. We'll be watching her in the coming years. As LaRock with the ball for Dartmouth in the corner. LaRock takes around behind the net. Being chased by McRae. LaRock rolls off, but Rosson right back in her way. LaRock trying to find a lane to that net as Swinimer pushes her off to the side. The Wolves D is not giving an inch, and Swinimer steals the ball. Gets up to Hayward. Hayward coming in all alone. Hayward up over the shooting line. Hayward, stop, shot, and Eckert stands her ground, and through the crease he'll give the ball back as Brownrigg. Coming back out for Dartmouth. Gould trying to spin off. Hit there. Gould looking for Arsenault. Gets it over to Safalti. Safalti trying to break through, and Safalti runs into a wall of black. Now Rosson up with it. Rosson hustling in. All alone. Rosson in with a shot. She scores! Mackenzie Rosson comes up with a loose ball in behind. Dartmouth players. And just a straight going down. And a quick shot. Handcuffed Eckert. And she finds the far corner. And gets it in the back of the net to make it a 2-0. 6:40 remaining in the first period. As the Wolves send the Bandits back to center. As it'll be LaRock versus Hovey at the faceoff. L for the ball. Ball still loose. Up with it's Mullen. Mullen looking across for Haas. Off the boards. Hamilton will settle that down. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Hamilton up top. Hamilton to the corner for James. James has to fight that one down. James rolls out with the ball. James looking across. Great shot! Big save there as Eckert came across. Mullen on the doorstep. Mullen comes up with a loose ball. Back for Haas, but She runs into a wall of white. Haas and Hamilton looking for that loose ball. 12 seconds left in the shot clock. Ball comes out. It's still, nobody can get a stick on it. Finally, LaRock comes up with it momentarily, and Hamilton right back in there. Up with it. Shot by Mullen and Eckert. Able to hold on to that. 2-0. Wolves lead is. Here comes Sonder and Dartmouth coming to their own end. Up to Arsenault. Arsenault. She's checked from behind. Knocks the ball free, and here comes Hannerhan coming down. Hannerhan, defensive specialist, puts the shot in, and a shoulder save by Eckert. Coming back the other way is the tall McPhee. Up across center as McPhee brings it in. McPhee pass across off the boards. Pulled in by Safalti. Safalti trying to get away from Hayward, who knocks the ball free. Hayward running on. Now Hayward coming down. She's got Wilkie in there. Off Wilkie's stick off the boards. As 18 takes Wilkie in. It's McInnes. And up comes Dartmouth with the ball is 21. Buckley powers her way through. But Wolves come back up with the ball. Is Anthony. Anthony takes it down the boards. Anthony plays up top for Martin, who loads up. And Buckley puts on a big block there. We got a penalty coming here to. Looks like it's to the Wolves for an illegal cross check. That's usually on the numbers. As Ms. Martin comes through there with a stick leveled, and she heads to the box at 4:21 remaining in the first period. 2-0. Wolves over Bandits, but Bandits going on the power play here. I think the Bandits might have put in a timeout to get some offense going on the power play. Here we are as the penalty kill crew come onto the floor for the Wolves. We got McPherson, we got McRae, Hamilton, and James. And, of course, Miss Kayla Martin in goal as Gould starts off for the Bandits. Gould up top. Pass across for Moore. Back to Gould. Gould to Moore. Back to Gould. To Moore. Now they're in motion. To LaRock. LaRock fires, and that's blocked in front. Moore can't find the handle. They're coming right back the other way now. Here's Hamilton. Hamilton holds up. Pass back to James. James looking to kill some time on this penalty. Into Swinimer into the corner. Swinimer rolls away from a check. Swinimer will hang out behind the net. To Mullen. Back to Mullen. As we got final 5 seconds. Swinimer just wants to get a shot in on net. As Eckert picks that one up. 1 minute left in the power play as Ms. Beaton for the Dartmouth Bandits bring it up over center. Beaton puts that across for Moore. Moore to Gould to LaRock. LaRock has a look. LaRock winds up, fires, and Martin square to the shooter, makes the save, and right up to Hayward. Hayward coming into the zone with under 40 seconds left in the penalty. McPhee making herself known to Junior A Lacrosse. Knocked the ball free. Now they're battling for the ball. Up with it is Fisher. Knocked free as they're trying to get the ball as Arsenault. Arsenault gathers that up. As Dartmouth gets set for one more attempt here on the power play. LaRock Plays it across for Moore. Bounce shot that goes in behind the net. And Hayward looks to pick that up. The final seconds on the shot clock, and Hayward comes up with it for the Wolves. Hayward looking for, all alone is Martin. Martin fresh out of the box. Martin makes the move, scores! Martin with selling the play and the tiptoe across the crease to hit it in the open corner. I saw Martin do this years ago at Nationals, fresh out of the box, and a little side shutter step there, and a tuck in the corner, and that gives the Wolves a 3-goal lead, 3-0, with just over 2 minutes remaining in the first period. Oh, good. Blois coming out to take the face off here. She left earlier after blocking a shot right off the cage. So glad to see her back out on the floor as Hayward rolls off a check. Hayward slows up, gets the offense going. Hands off to Swinimer. Swinimer rolling in. Swinimer looking for a lane. Quick pass just over the head of Anthony as Rosson coming out from the corner. Rosson looking back door. Quick shot by Coffin. That's right in her wheelhouse. Coffin again winds up and shoots. And that's another big save by Mia Eckert. U17 player in for today. That's Saunders trying to get away from Coffin. And then again, the 10 expires as the Wolves keep Dartmouth hemmed in their own zone. The Wolves back out on the offense. Dietrich rolls back up. Dietrich looking across for Coffin, just out of her reach. As Moore comes up with a loose ball for Dartmouth. Loose again. Dietrich scoops that one up. Dietrich. Little flip pass to Rosson. Rosson rolling back up. Rosson looking across, but that deflects wide. Back up with the ball is Safalti as she tries to get away from some black jerseys. Beaton looking to bring the ball back down the floor, but that's taken away by Hanrahan. She passes that back up to Hamilton. Hamilton back in on the offense with James. James from the corner. James. The lane gets blocked by, back up again. Haas, and the shot just goes wide. James trying to get down that loose ball. Moore making life difficult. 10 seconds left in the shot clock. James. Pass across. Haas. Mullen. Or Wilkie, sorry. And another save by Eckert. And it looks like we got a move and pick. No, it's going to Wolves ball is the call in the final 10 seconds. We've got another shot, and Eckert will make another save. As the final 5 seconds here. Eckert looking to get that up to LaRock, but the buzzer goes. And after 1 period of play, your Sackville Wolves 3, Dartmouth Bandits 0, as we go to the first intermission. Hang on there. If everything works out, we'll have Hallie James for an interview shortly. But let's see something from our sponsors that makes it possible for us to bring this to you. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you in a moment. Welcome back, everybody, and I'm joined here by Hallie James, our captain this year. Thanks for coming out, Hallie.
Thank you for having me.
Well, anytime. But so, congratulations, captain of the Wolves this year. Well deserved, and doing great on the floor. It's a lot of fun to watch. And is it true you've been with the team for 5 years now?
I've been with the team every year. Yep, 5 years.
Every year. So you're a lifer.
Yep.
What's your favorite moment so far in junior lacrosse?
I think that one's pretty easy. It would have to be last year when our team won it all in the playoffs. I mean, I didn't get to play, obviously, because my broken hands, but just to be there and be a part of it was really fun. And then a close second would be being a part of the first draft class. So like the original team, I mean, that's pretty cool.
Well, that's pretty cool too. And yeah, and that's congratulations on that. And that's great because that brings me to my next question is, you were in the original draft class. You've seen this league from the start. Is there anything stood out, any changes, any growth that you'd like to talk about?
I feel like every year the league's getting better and faster. Like I know most of the girls my age, we started late, but then like my sisters are coming up and they all started when they were like 3 years old. So there's just so much more experience coming up, and every year the draft class is better and better, and I think the league will just continue to improve and become faster, more competitive.
That's great, and that's what we all look forward to. And good luck with the rest of the season. Don't break your hand this time.
I'll try not to.
But thanks a lot, Hallie. Go see the girls and come out for the great second period. Thanks, everybody, and we'll be back in a few minutes for the second period. And we're back at and ready for the second period. It's Larry McVicker with you. Larry Cherry, as the kids call me, and you were watching Maritime Athletic Profiles as we get set for the second period action here. Coming up in a minute and 20 as your Sackville Wolves are leading the Dartmouth Bandits to score 3-0 after one period of play. As it was pretty much all Wolves from the shots perspective. I couldn't find the shots on as the internet is not agreeing with me right now. But as the young goalie, Miss Eckert, is keeping her team in it from the Dartmouth side. Dartmouth will be looking to get some more offense going. Starting off the hop here. As I always say, lacrosse is a game of streaks. And your Wolves coming off a win on Monday, a low-scoring affair. A 3-1 win over the Halifax Hurricanes. Back to center we go. It's LaRock versus Hovey. But a false start on the Wolves. Gives possession over to Dartmouth as LaRock comes in. LaRock right away to Gould. Gould from the corner. Can't find a way in. Back up top for Moore. Moore with the shot. And Martin with the save as Moore comes up with a loose ball. Fresh 30 on the clock. Moore trying to get away from Cadence Haas. Giving her a hard time. Back up top to LaRock. LaRock can't get by Mullen. Back down. As Gould puts a shot in. Another save by Martin. Loose ball. LaRock comes up with. LaRock shoots. Scores! LaRock scoops up the loose ball inside the shooter circle and able to tuck that one by Martin. LaRock up and just past there. And Dartmouth's on the board. Wolves scored within the first minute of the first period. Now Dartmouth scores in the first minute of the second. As back to center we go. Hovey versus LaRock. Sorry, that's Rosson versus LaRock. McRae comes up with a loose ball to Hayward. Hayward rolls in. Hayward loads up. Shot. That goes wide. I think that deflected off somebody. Is Rosson. Gets it back in the basket. Rosson. Back down to Hayward. Hayward rolls back up top. Pass off to Wilkie. Going across to Hayward. In tight. That one goes wide, and Joy gets pushed into the crease, and there'll be Wolves ball coming out from the corner. There's Rosso. Back to Hayward. Hayward. Cross for Swinimer. Swinimer comes in. Swinimer with the shot, and a big save by Eckert. Bouncing ball in deep as Coffin. And Joy puts the body on her. Illegal contact. That'll be Wolves ball as Swinimer from the corner. Looks right away for Hayward in tight. Hayward's shot. That can't get through. LaRock looking for that loose ball. Fighting with Swinimer. LaRock comes up with it, but Coffin right there to take the ball away. As LaRock had a chicken wing on her stick. Coffin couldn't get away with it. Sent back down into as Gould hustles down after it against Hannerhan. Battle down low. Hannerhan comes up with it for the Wolves. Hannerhan back up to Hovey. Hovey looking for a route to the net, and that's closed off by the Dartmouth D. Hovey holds up. There's Hovey coming in with a shot, and she scores. Hovey with a quick move in and gets that one. I think that's a little skipper right in front of Eckert. Pops up, and Wolves regain a 3-goal lead as Hovey in. Eckert was going for the toe save there. That one just slipped by into the back of the net. 17:52 left in the second period. 4-1 is the score as it's Blois versus Hovey at center. Hovey gets it free. Mullen coming in. Mullen challenged by Gould. Mullen plays it back up. That's knocked down. Hamilton was the target. And Saunders back up with it. Rookie Saunders rolls away from Hamilton. Gets it across to Molly Singer. Singer handed off to Moore. Moore looking across for Arsenault. That gets by her, and Rosson picks it up off the boards. Rosson gets some help. And coming back down the floor. There's Rosson. It's Hovey in behind. But Rosson will slow things down. Get the players back on the floor. Rosson plays across for Dietrich. Dietrich will snag that one up off the boards. 10 seconds left. Dietrich in with the shot. A save by Eckert. And she's able to hold on for the whistle. Eckert now off to Saunders. Saunders for Dartmouth gets it up over center. Saunders' pass goes into the corner. Moore in after it. But so is McCrae as they battle for the loose ball. Keep battling there as the shot clock counts mercilessly down. McCrae came up with it momentarily. So at Hanrahan, ball's still loose down there somewhere. As Arsenault trying their best. Must be about near out of time, but Wolves send it down. Ball bounces right in front though, and Hamilton with the behind the back. As Eckert swept that away into the corner. Now Safalti goes hard in, and that's a illegal contact. There'll be possession. As Fisher passes up quick, but doesn't find the mark, and back comes James. James for the Wolves. 3-on-1 coming in is James. James, quick pass off, shot! And save there by Eckert. Now looking to get Blois in behind as Martin comes back to cover. Blois hands off to Larocque. Larocque, league rookie of the year last year with the ball for Dartmouth. Larocque looking to find somebody open. Larocque decides to that's a Martin wisely puts the shoulders as Larocque tried to dunk. Now Wilkie in behind. Wilkie in tight. Wilkie shot goes far side, and Eckert makes the save. Hovey back up with the ball. Hovey trying to get past Arsenault. Passes down to the corner for Haas. Back to Hovey. Hovey with the underhand shot. And that goes off somebody's leg and out of play. That'll be Wolves' ball. As Haas will start off for the Wolves. Haas laid it down for Mullen. Mullen cross for Hovey. Hovey looking for a way in. Hovey with the shot. That goes wide. In tight as Haas. Shot. Another save. And now Larocque fights her way down. Larocque trying to get in behind the D. Larocque in tight. Shot. Scores! Larocque brings Dartmouth back within 2 at 14-20 as she got a quarter step coming back in after the loose ball. Hustled in there and found the back of the net. Oh boy, in behind the play, Saunders is getting some attention from the Dartmouth side. And Leah Larocque coming across, goes back against the grain and finds the right corner. So, starting out, we got a player on the floor. As trainer's looking at her leg or knee. She's up and talking, so that's the never want to see somebody on the floor, but if there's any good news, it's when they're up and talking. This is part of it. I'm going to take a moment now to thank all our sponsors that make this this stream was it possible. Geez, Larry, get your words going here. So we got, up on the screen there. But special thank you to Maritime Athletic Profiles for putting on this production. Many camera angles. His oh good, Saunders is up. Putting some weight on the leg, a little bit of a limp, but As it hopefully they'll shake it off and be back soon, as Olivia Saunders is another rookie for this young Dartmouth team. And they'll be looking for a future for her, as also another past Wolf. And with that, Dartmouth sends the Wolves back to center. Rock and Rosson at the faceoff. Moore comes up with it. Now Gould. Gould plays it to Joy. Joy, another former minor Wolf. Tell you, the Wolves organization has produced a lot of female athletes. It's a Gould. Gould shot just wide. McPherson comes up with it. McPherson right up to Hayward, but comes back to McPherson. McPherson looking to get Dietrich off the. There's 57, Holm Larson trying to get in there. Dietrich with the shot. Eckert with the save. And looks like we've got a penalty coming with a cross check. And number 16, Buckley, will be heading to the box. When the shaft goes across the numbers, you get a one-way trip to the sin bin. At 13:39 remaining in the second period. Wolves leading 4-2 and going on the power play with Ms. James will start us off. As we got Martin, Coffin, Mullen. It looks like Haas down in the corner is James coming out. James cross for Martin. Martin cross crease for Haas. Haas quick shot, and that's steered aside by Eckert. Martin up with the loose ball. Martin up top to James. James has a look. Mullen down low to Haas. Haas looking in front for Coffin. Just can't find the handle. Haas back up to James. James slows it down. James looking for Haas in behind the net. She one-hands it. Haas back up to James. James lost the ball. James has to get 5 seconds left on the shot clock. James looking to get the shot in. And Eckert makes the save and holds on. Blois will bring it out for Dartmouth as they switch over to the defense. Minute 10 remaining in. The penalty is Arsenault driving towards the net, and a high stick up there, and there'll be a holding call. Looks like it'll be going to Ms. Jenkins as she tried to strip the ball, and once your stick goes up around the neck and holds the player up, as it did in that case, she finds herself heading to the box. So Tori Jenkins will go to the box at 12:42 remaining, and we'll have a 4-on-4 for the next minute and 4, unless something changes. As LaRock starts off for Dartmouth. A little extra room on the floor there, with a couple players missing. LaRock looking for a lane in as the Wolves look to keep LaRock to the outside. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. LaRock driving in. LaRock with the shot. Saved by Martin. She stands up. Loose ball. Picked up by Hannerhan. Hannerhan in behind. Hannerhan all alone. Coming up. Hannerhan makes a move. Shot. And a big save by Eckert. And she catches that before it rolls in. Eckert. Quick handoff to Beaton, but Hovey right in there. Beaton. And the 10 seconds expire in the zone as the Wolves again putting a lot of forecheck pressure. Now with 13 seconds left in the 4-on-4, the Wolves will get possession. And then they'll be looking to kill off the last 1:08 remaining in their penalty. Rosson across to Hovey. Hovey cross for Dietrich. Dietrich quickly to Rosson. Rosson with the shot. That goes wide. Anthony looking for that loose ball, picked up by Hovey. Hovey around. Hovey with the shot. Another save there. So I think Eckert got a big of that one. Another shot in by Dietrich. I think she thought the shot clock was still going. As Dartmouth on the roll, coming back up. Gould. That's knocked away by Hayward. It looks like it'll be Wolves ball. 32 seconds left in the Wolf penalty. As Hamilton starts off for the Wolves from the corner in Dartmouth zone. Up to James. James, cross for Wilkie. Wilkie snags that one off the boards. She's chased down by Miss DeBay. In tight. James can't get the shot away. And now that's picked up by 21, Miss Buckley. Now we got a couple of Buckleys. That's what's going on. Able to get it down. Looks like she drew a penalty in the midst of all that too. There's another holding call coming to the Wolves. So with 6 seconds left in the Jenkins penalty, she'll be joined by Miss Hallie James. And Dartmouth will have a 5-on-3 advantage for a whole 6 seconds. So they'll be looking to take advantage of that right away. 2 minutes for holdings, the call. As Gould, rookie for Dartmouth, starts off there. Back to Gould. To Moore. Cross for LaRock. LaRock lines up and fires. And a save there by Martin. Quick up to Hayward. Hayward gets a hold on that. Safalti back 2-on-1. Hayward pass across, shot by Hamilton. And Eckert read that beautifully and makes the save. Eckert now passed up to Beaton. Sadie Beaton, yet another minor Wolf rookie here for Dartmouth. It's 10 seconds once again expires. And the Wolves have the ball again. Wolves killing off this penalty here. Get it up to Mullen. Mullen, Haas, Harker, and Swinimer out for this one. Haas back to Mullen. They'll want to take that down to the 5-second mark before they shoot. Haas, cross for Swinimer. Swinimer standing way out there to Haas. Haas's shot, that goes wide. Comes back to Haas, let's try it again. Yeah, goes wide again, but the job done. 46 seconds left in the penalty. As coming down with speed is Safalti. Off to Moore. Moore trying to get away from McRae. Cross to Safalti. Safalti shot. That's Martin got across to get a piece of that one. Loose ball in the corner as Singer in after it. Moore in to help. Moore comes up with a loose ball. Moore from behind the net. Fresh 30 on the clock for Dartmouth. To Singer. Singer in with a shot. That bounced up and over the net. Battle for the loose ball again. As the final seconds tick down on the penalty. Safalti throws one in towards the net. Out the other side's Moore. Moore trying to get her away from Swinimer. Back to 5-on-5 as the penalty's done. Another shot in towards the net. Then the shot clock expires. And Hovey hustling back down the floor. Hovey sees a wall of white, holds up as Buckley gives her a shot right away. Miss Coffin gives a shot back. As the other Buckley has a James squeaks out from the corner. James with a shot. That bounced off a player into the corner it goes. Mullen looks to come up with a loose ball. As Blois watching her. Coffin, nice pick. Mullen coming out with the, and Eckert able to make the save and control that ball. But a little too quick on the pass there as Dartmouth has a hard time escaping their own zone. And with that, we'll go to half period goalie break as we get the coming back up. 7:57 remains in the second period. Wolves leading the score 4-2.
Time to check your 50-50 winning tickets.
Take the opportunity now once again thank our sponsors as we go through the rest of this season. Thanks to Maritime Athletic Profiles, bringing you every home game stream here and 4 camera angles. And unfortunately, have to listen to the play-by-play guy. But if you don't like that, you know what? You control the volume as we go farther on into this season. Your Sackville Wolves, so far undefeated in the 2026 campaign. Dartmouth, so far winless in their 2026 campaign. Looking to change that tonight as they're 2 goals down. And their young U17 goalie showing some promise for this this team's future here, as she's what's keeping them in it so far. All right, here we go. Hamilton starting off for the Wolves. Hamilton pass off to James. James to the corner for Martin. Martin rolls up. Martin loads up. Martin with a shot, and that's blocked in front by Fisher. Brownrigg trying to get that ball back along the boards. Loose ball. Back up with it is Hamilton. Hamilton in with the shot as the shot clock was about to expire, and Eckert. Ball's in there somewhere. There we go. Dartmouth making a little bit of adjustment, giving Eckert 3 chances. But Joy has to get out of there and lost the ball again. But we got a penalty coming. Here's a holding call. Again, 3 holding calls in a row to the Wolves as James heads back to the box. 7:11 remaining in the second period. 2 minutes for holding is the call. And Dartmouth goes back on the power play as Gould will start them off from center. Hovey Swinimer out there for the penalty kill. Moore back up to Gould. Over to LaRock. LaRock looking for a lane. LaRock goes for a little run behind the net. For Moore. Moore, she's turned aside by Swinimer. Moore back to LaRock. LaRock coming around with LaRock. Quick shot. And a save there. That's Hovey. That's Hayward bringing it down the floor for the Wolves. Hayward will hold up, looking to kill time on this penalty kill. To Mullen. Mullen back up to Hayward. Hayward has a look. Hayward. Being watched by Gould. Hayward, nice step in there by Holm Larson. Hayward gets a shot and a reset on the clock as Beaton takes her hard into the boards. Holm Larson. But Mullen looking for the side. Hovey. Nice challenge there by 76. Lexi Joy stood Hovey up. Once again, the Dartmouth having a hard time getting out of their own zone as Beaton takes a beating, but keeps going. I just came up with that. As now Gould. 10 seconds left in the shot clock. McPhee knocks that one down. Gould in tight, loose ball. That James, or not James. Anyways, ball goes up and out of play off Rossaw. And Gould back with the ball. Gets it across for Moore. Moore rolls back up top. Moore cross for LaRock. LaRock, she's got to calm that one down. Now LaRock with the ball. Back over. Moore, LaRock, Moore. Moving across for Arsenault. Arsenault puts the shot in. And Martin makes the save. Squeezed between the stick and the pad. Quick up as James out of the box. Calling for the ball. Hamilton comes up with it. Hamilton goes down low in the corner. Hamilton looking for Anthony. Bouncing back up just over Haas as LaRock rolls off a hit. LaRock in behind Haas. LaRock coming in. LaRock shot. Scores! Second time, Leah LaRock on the quick transition off the loose ball. As a defender, that's awful. You're running back and you can't see which way, and LaRock twists and turns, and this time goes with the grain, giving Martin different looks. into the far corner. And the hat trick for LaRock puts them within one. 4:41 remains in the second period. It's a 4-3 game with the Wolves leading. Here we go. Blois challenging. Ball picked up by Hamilton. Hamilton taking it in for the Wolves. Hamilton rolling in, cross up top. Hard shot. And that bounced up and out of play. Coming back down the floor. Oh, that's good. You see Saunders back on. Up for Arsenault. Loose ball, Singer. Can't get a hold of it. Hovey does. Hovey back down. Hovey coming in all alone. Hovey in. Fake shoot. And scores. Hovey fakes the overhand and reaches around and tucks it in behind the goalie. And the Wolves regain their 2-goal lead. And Hovey, another transition goal. And a stretch and just tuck around the shoulder of Eckert. I really do love these behind the net cams as we get going here. And that'll be Wolves ball. Swinmer. That's the cross. That's picked off by Gould. Gould trying to go in. Swinmer. Gould has a half step. Gould in. Tight shot. And Martin comes up with a shoulder save. Coming back. Hayward. Takes a bump from LaRock. Keeps going. Hayward looking to come in. Coming around Buckley. Hayward dances all over that crease. Way too much time, and Eckert didn't have a chance on that one. As over the shoulder, under the crossbar, in the back of the net. Hayward tiptoes across that crease. And it's all Eckert could do to keep up with her. Now, did any of those toes touch the crease is the other question. But they called that a goal. It's a goal. So just like that, the 3-goal lead is restored for the Wolves. 6-3 is the score. 3:42 remaining in the second period. As James comes up with the loose ball. James now across. James, quick shot. Big save by Eckert. Hovey looking to get the loose ball in the corner. She's met right away by McInnes. Hovey slips out. Up to Mullen up top. Mullen. Hard shot. Mullen finds the back of the twine. As the Wolves hit their stride and get the streak going here. That'll be 4 goals in a short amount of time. As a 3:23, it's now a 7-3, 4-goal lead. Say 3 quick goals within 2 minutes. As it's Hovey versus Blois at the face-off. Ball pops free. Hamilton gets it, but we got an interference. And possession goes as Moore comes up with the ball. Moore for Dartmouth. Cost it by Hannerhan. Gets it to LaRock. LaRock back over to Moore. Moore first hard into the corner. Jenkins holds her up. And Hannerhan going for the loose ball. Hannerhan comes up with it. Hannerhan, quick pass up to McRae. McRae looking quick to Hayward. Hayward slows it down, brings the offense on. Now Hayward for Coffin. Coffin back to Hayward. Hayward with the shot. And 57 takes that off the toe. Holm Larson makes the block. Now Hayward with a long shot in. Gets it on net. But Brownrigg trying to get out. Harker doing a great job holding them up as Dartmouth has to get it out of their own zone. And again, the 10 seconds expires. The Wolves forecheck causing all kinds of issues. Quick shot in, saved by Eckert. And it's in and out of the crease is the call. As be Wolves ball. Wolves now rolls back up top. Is Wilkie. Pass down low. Cross for James. James. Hard shot. Saved by Eckert. Battle for the loose ball. Rolled to the corner. As Wilkie heads in after it. Takes a knock by Holmes Larson. Up top for James. And oh, James. Diving in there. Took a stick across the face. And I think Holmes Larson will head to the bench for that. I think that's Lexi Joy will head to the box for that. I think it might have broke her stick too by the looks of things. But don't think there was anything malicious in that as James came flying in. And I think Joy put the stick up to protect herself and winds up taking the penalty for it. As the Wolves will go on a power play with 1:36 remaining in the second period and leading 7-3 as a flurry of goals late in the second. And right after, Dartmouth came within one. Hamilton to Wilkie, back to Hamilton. Hamilton, back to Wilkie. In motion, Wilkie with the lane shot and is saved by Eckert. Now, Dietrich. Coming out from the boards, Dietrich up to Hamilton. Hamilton puts the shot. Eckert the save. And we got a moving pick. Looked like a moving pick, but it's the Wolves ball. Okay. So back up to Hovey. Hovey, Hamilton. In motion right away. In with the shot. Trying to cross crease for Dietrich. That's broken up by Gould. Dietrich to Wilkie. Wilkie puts a shot in and pad save there. Going in. Dietrich. Dietrich back up, 40 seconds left. Dietrich turns and fires just wide. Anthony comes up with a loose ball. Hovey in with the low underhand shot, goes over the net. And Wilkie back up with the loose ball. 25 seconds remain in the period. Looking across to Dietrich. Takes a funny bounce. Dietrich will have to go to the corner after it. As Singer looking or DeBay battling for that ball. Dietrich comes up with it. Dietrich, as the shot clock expires, has to put down the ball with 8 seconds remaining. Dartmouth will pick that up and go. And that will do it for the second period. That gets knocked down. The buzzer should be going. There it goes. So after 2 periods of play, it was a close game, but then the Wolves went on a run, and it's now a 7-3 going. That's what it'll be going into the third. Wolves 7, Dartmouth 3. We'll have a few, we'll see some words from our sponsors, and then we'll be back for an interview with our senior player, Miss Cadence Haas, who will be down below. And I'll get to ask her a couple of questions on how her season's going and her time with the Wolves. So don't go too far, folks, but we'll have a few minutes, and we'll be back in 10 minutes for the third and final period. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you soon. And welcome back, everybody, and thanks for joining us. I'm joined here now by Miss Cadence Haas. Thanks for coming out, Cadence.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah. So, another senior for the Wolves.
Yeah.
5 years. You're a lifer. Yeah. So, what's your favorite moment playing Junior A?
My favorite moment probably had to be winning last year. I don't think anything really beats that. Coming out on top after all the hard work we put in.
Well, how about winning this year? Would that beat that?
Back-to-back would be nice to finish it out, I have to say. It would be nice.
Well, you got some work to do.
We
But
do have some work to do here, so.
No, perfect. And, 5 years in the league. You've seen the league since day one. What's your thoughts on the league and where it started and where it should be going?
I think it's come a long way. I think every year the competitiveness grows between the teams, and I think I'd love to see some expansion across the Maritimes. I think I'd love to see maybe a team in PEI. We are Maritimes after all, so I think that would be cool to see.
That would definitely be cool to see, yeah, hopefully so. And so you're coming to the end of lacrosse, or well, Junior A anyways, but what else are you interested in? What else do you do outside lacrosse?
Outside lacrosse, I play hockey for Niagara University, so I'll go and finish my senior year there, and then my plan is to go to law school here in Halifax.
Oh, excellent. I hope I don't need your services too often. But,
I hope not too.
But I know who to look for. Thanks so much for talking to us, and best of luck in the third period.
Thank you so much, Larry.
Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you in a couple of minutes. welcome back as we get set for third period action here from the Den in lovely lower Sackville, Nova Scotia, as your Sackville Wolves are leading 7-3 over the Dartmouth Bandits. But gotta say, great performance in the Dartmouth net so far by the call-up, Miss Maya Eckert. I was just looking here, she's faced 50 shots already in this game through 2 periods of play. 54 to be exact, as I can find that on the, where it's, they don't have the second period shots up yet, where it's Ms. Martin for the Wolves as she heads to the office now, in between the pipes. She stopped all 5 that she saw in the first period. Definitely more in the 3 breakaway goals by Miss Leah LaRock. With a hat trick for Dartmouth, has 3 on the board for them. But an answer back. And 3 quick goals in 2 minutes by the Wolves put them up to the lead we see now as we get set. Wolves will be on the power play for 24 seconds as Ms. Joy is in the box for Dartmouth. It'll be Hovey versus LaRock at center. Here we go, face off, third period has begun. Loose ball picked up by Cadence Haas. Future lawyer right there. Here we go. As Hamilton takes the ball. Hamilton hands off to James. James fires. And Eckert makes the save. It looks like we got a legal contact, or not sure as the refs are going to have a look there. I thought that shot was going wide, but Eckert stopped that too, so a little bit of a discussion going on here. Still 6 seconds left as it's a bench minor with too many players, it looks like. So bench minor penalty to Dartmouth. So it'll be a 5-on-3 for 6 seconds for the Wolves as the bench decides who to put in the box. They get everything set up, and here we go. 5-on-3. Hamilton starts it off. Hamilton cross for Mullen, back up to Hamilton, back to one penalty down, and Eckert makes the save. It's now back to 5-on-4 for the Wolves for the next minute 45, unless something changes. But our 5 seconds in the crease expires, and Dartmouth still having problem getting out of their own zone. Mullen back up to Hamilton. Hamilton cross over to Hovey. Hovey has a look. Hovey cross for Mullen. Mullen back to Hovey. Hovey low shot in, and that goes off the post and rattles around in the crease. Held in by LaRock, and LaRock nice up to Gould. Gould in behind. Haas giving chase. Gould in with a shot, and that bounced high and wide. Close call for the Wolves there as Hayward hands that off to Coffin. Coffin coming back in. Minute 5 remaining in the power play as Coffin sets up in the corner. Swinmer comes on to join the party. Here we go. Coffin up top. Pass up. Wilkie to Dietrich. Dietrich! Quick low shot. Another big save by Eckert. Dietrich comes up with a loose ball. No. In behind. Harker comes up with it. Harker. Pass that off to Wilkie. Wilkie has to get that out of her feet. Wilkie comes up with the ball with 25 seconds left in the shot clock. Wilkie plays that across for Swinmer. Swinmer in with a shot. That's deflected by LaRock into the corner. Wilkie trying to find that ball off the stanchion. Dietrich gets it over to Swinmer. Swinmer back up for Wilkie. Wilkie quick shot. That goes wide. Loose ball as that actually was a shot as Mullen just tossed it backhanded, and that went off the goalie, and a fresh 30 back for the Wolves. 5 seconds left in the power play as Dietrich has it up top. Dietrich Pass over to Mullen. Mullen in with a hard shot. Another save by Eckert. Eckert looking very poised in the net here as the game goes on. As Anthony battling for that ball. And it'll be Wolves ball. As a little bit of confusion on the hand signals there. It'll be Wolves ball. As Swinimer starts off for the Wolves. That's that across for Hayward. Wilkie, sorry. Wilkie. Coming across Mullen. Hovey. Hovey sees a lane. Hovey puts the shot in. Eckert makes the save. Now Joy can't get out. Ball popped free as Blois battles for the ball, but Wolves come up with it. Wilkie trying to find her way in. Draws the penalty on the holding call. As a delayed penalty, puts the extra player on. 15 seconds left in the shot clock. Mullen looking across for Swinimer and scores. Mullen finds Swinimer on the doorstep, left all alone like your Amazon baggage on, and she steps across and tucks 15 seconds into the far side past Eckert. Nothing Eckert could do on that, but what a great pass by Mullen and a good job. Perfect by Swinimer to get that in, and the Wolves extend their lead. 8-3 is the score. 16:40 remaining in the game. And back to center we go as it's Rosson versus Larocque. Ball popped out. McRae wants to play it up. Saunders had Hayward tied up, and then Larocque comes up with the ball for Dartmouth. Dartmouth into the offensive zone. I think it might be the first time in the third period. As a pass over to Gould. Gould trying to get around McRae. Gould turns, fires, that goes wide. Ball bounces up and out of play. That'll be Wolves ball. As Hayward immediately takes it back down, challenged by Arsenault. Hayward rolls back, looking for Dietrich on the move. Dietrich fires. And a save by Eckert. She controls that one as Eckert looks to play it up to Gould. Bouncing ball and intercepted by Hannerhan. Hannerhan plays off to Hamilton. Hamilton slows it down, gets the offense on. Over to Dietrich at the corner. Dietrich looking for a cross to Anthony. Anthony with the shot. Had Eckert looking, but she's got it in the pads. Lay that off to Fisher. Fisher. Nice up to Beaton. Beaton. Good out by Dartmouth there. As Larocque slows it down. But McRae immediately on her. It's Jenkins was immediately on her. And the ball given up in the corner. Now McRae trying to get a hold of that loose ball. As they battle for it. McInnes holding her ground against McRae. Now it'll go Dartmouth ball. As Buckley will come and start out for Dartmouth. Quickly up. That got by Moore. Now Brownrigg trying to get it back as James brings it out and into Dartmouth territory. James cross for Mullen. Mullen looking for Hayward. That goes into the corner. Loose ball picked up by Brownrigg for Dartmouth. Brownrigg, she's immediately checked into the boards. Now along the boards is shot clock ticking down. 6 seconds. That'll be Wolves ball. Back up to Mullen. Mullen across for Hovey. Hovey back up top for Mullen. Mullen. Larocque blocks her lane. Hayward cross for Hovey, but that's intercepted by Larocque. Larocque puts her head down. Larocque trying to get a step in again, and a great stick there by Hayward popped the ball free as LaRock was going for her 4th breakaway. Hayward, LaRock, even Hayward tied up in, but Hayward gets it down the floor to Coffin. Coffin rolls off a check from Saunders. Coffin. Pass across for Hamilton. Hamilton trying to get to Haas. That shot goes wide. Holmes Larson comes up with it. And once again, Dartmouth having a hard time getting out of their zone as the Wolves cause all kinds of problems. And there goes the 10 seconds again. And be back to Wolves ball. Hamilton brings it in along with Coffin, Swinnermer, Wilkie. Quick shot in by Hamilton. That's a save there by Haas. Rolls off a hit to the face mask. Goes unnoticed. Looking for Swinnermer on the doorstep again. Swinnermer rolling out from the corner. Swinnermer with the shot. Eckert makes the save. Swinnermer finds the loose ball. Wilkie comes around. Wilkie with the shot. Eckert makes the save and controls in the crease. Under 13 minutes left in this game. As once again, Dartmouth having a hard time getting control of that ball in their zone. Wilkie causing all kinds of issues. Wilkie up with the ball. Wilkie takes it around behind the Dartmouth net. Wilkie up top looking for Harker. Gets Dietrich. Dietrich back to Wilkie. Wilkie rolling up. Cross looking for Anthony at the doorstep. Or top of the crease, but that gets knocked free. Anthony again. Back to Dietrich. Dietrich couldn't handle the pass. Looking for that loose ball. Dietrich back up with it. 3 seconds left in the shot clock. Dietrich with the shot. That's blocked by McInnes as she looks to start off. Dartmouth with 4 players in the zone. Trying everything they can to get out of the zone. Now Saunders will bring it up over, but she's challenged by Anthony. And the ball goes back to, looks like a moving pick. Gives the ball back to Sackville. Here we go. Haas brings the ball in. Haas. Cross looking for Anthony. Goes to Martin. Martin. And Martin loads up. Fires! Yeah, big save there by Eckert. She swipes it to the corner. Picked up by Anthony. Anthony coming in. Anthony with the shot. That was number 10. I think Fisher made the block on that one. As now Blois looking to get out of the zone, being watched by Wilkie. Blois still can't get that out of the zone as Coffin comes up. Coffin, no look pass. Gets it to Wilkie, who buries it. Coffin with the behind the back pass. Finds Kat Wilkie in behind the D. And again, too much time on the crease. But the Wolves' forecheck has caused all kinds of fits for Dartmouth. As that shovel pass by Coffin finds Wilkie at the side of the net. And Wolves extend their lead 9-3 as it'll be Blois versus Hovey in for the face-off. Here we go. Hovey up with the ball, driven to the boards. Now Hovey heading for the net. Held up by Gould. Hands off to Hamilton. Her shot goes wide. Mullen with the ball. Mullen coming in, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Mullen with the shot, 6 save by Eckert. Joy. There we go, Joy. Puts on some speed. Joy coming down along the boards. Gets Dartmouth out of their zone. Great job, Alexi Joy. Pass that off for LaRock. LaRock finds Arsenault. Arsenault turns and fires, and Martin makes the save. Martin quickly back up. But ball going back. Possession going back to Dartmouth. LaRock plays it quickly across for Gould. Gould bringing in Dartmouth on the offense. Gould looking for a lane, but the Wolves D creates the wall. Good stick by Gould. Pops the ball free. Loose ball. Hayward comes up with it. Hayward coming in. Hayward. Cross for Swinmer. Swinmer across. Swinmer fires, and another big save by Eckert. And the ball went up and out of play. Be Wolves ball. Hayward from the corner. Looking, has Anthony all alone. Anthony. Her shot goes wide. Another one. Trying to knock it to the crease. And possession given back to the Wolves. Dietrich from behind the net. Dietrich has a look to Swinmer. Swinmer from the corner. Swinmer puts a shot in. And Eckert makes the save. Now Holmes Larson trying to get out, but and with that, we'll go to our halftime, half-period break. And we'll see some sponsors, and we'll say thank you very much again to the folks at Maritime Athletic Profiles for allowing me to come and talk your ears off while they produce a great show here with multiple camera angles and the replays and everything. All the good stuff you don't get from some guy on Facebook. So thank you very much to Maritime Athletic Profiles. If you're wondering who I'm talking about, if you're watching the stream, that's who you're watching right there as we go through the rest of the season. Every home game for the Wolves is being streamed by Maritime Athletic Profiles on YouTube, but also check them out. There's multiple other sports and stuff on their site, as well as a great montage of the final game last year where the Wolves won the cup, the East Coast Cup, for the first time. What they're hoping is the first time of many times is they're driving this season. I know that's the goal, is to make it back to the cup. And it's a great start, but it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And that's, but you got to start as you mean to carry on. How many more cliches can I throw in this short break? As we're back, ready to go. Wolves will have the ball in Dartmouth territory. 5-on-5 here is Hamilton. Back up. Mullen puts the shot in. That goes wide and up and out of play. The Wolves have Dartmouth all in behind the shooting line. As Martin picks that one off. Martin in. She was loaded up, but Singer able to get, I think it was DeBay, was able to pop the ball out of the basket. Hovey in. Hovey trying to roll off a check as Joy stopped her up. Penalty coming here to Dartmouth as Haas gets over to Hamilton. Hamilton to Martin. Martin cross looking for James. Ball comes across as the shot clock will expire. And we got a slashing call going here to, looks like number 18. Miss McInnes will head to the box. With 8:46 remaining in the game, it's a 9-3 score with the your Sackville Wolves leading over the Dartmouth Bandits. And here we go, right off the hop. Hovey back up to Hayward. Down, Wilkie, Hamilton. Now they're going in motion. Back to Hamilton. Finds Dietrich coming in. Dietrich shot. And Eckert just got the shoulder on that one. Now Dietrich. Around Dietrich. Looks doorstep. Goes back up to Hamilton. Back to Hovey. Hovey at the corner. Hovey with the low shot. That goes wide, and they'll come back across, and they'll be... Nope. Wolves back on it. There's Hamilton. That was a weird bounce off the boards. Caught the... This time it's back across. There we go. That'll be Dartmouth ball. 7:53 remaining in the game. It's a 1:08 remains in the Dartmouth penalty, as Dartmouth will take possession in the Wolves territory on this one as they look to kill off this penalty. LaRock being challenged by Jenkins. LaRock takes a walk behind the net. Rosson gets in, and Rosson gets a stick, and LaRock draws a penalty there, as that will even things up as LaRock puts a shot in on goal. That bounces up and over. Arsenault comes in, and shot clock expires. That'll be a holding call against Rosson as the stick got up around the neck. A little bit of a pull, and they'll send her to the box. That's 7:22 remaining in the third period. It'll be a 4-on-4 for 37 seconds unless something changes. Holding's the call, and Dartmouth will get the ball. Moore will start off with the ball at center. I believe that's another product of the Wolves Minor Association. Pass across. Hayward comes up with it. Hayward puts on the Jets. Moore gives chase. Now Hayward slows it down. 10 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Nice little block there by Holmes Larson. Now, as Sadie Beaton, nice job there. Another product of the Wolves. The Swinmer tries to come across again. Saved by Eckert. Fresh 30 on the clock, and the loose ball picked up by Hamilton. Hamilton coming in again. And Eckert again comes up with a save. Loose ball. Hayward up with it. Now, Wolves shorthanded. Look to kill this one off, and Dartmouth a little bit gun shy, not Miss Beaton though, as she's trying to force the play. Hovey rolls in. Hovey with the shot. Eckert makes the save. As DeBay tries to hold Hovey out. Got a whole scrum down going on there in front of the crease. As got a penalty coming as Ms. Buckley, who's no stranger to the box tonight, is not happy about that ball being left down there. She gave a little extra English on the stick to the back of Hovey, and she'll head back to the box. At 5:58 remaining in the third period, it's we'll be back to 4-on-4 for 37 seconds. 37 seconds, unless something changes, it can always can. But Wolves will get the ball back at center. Hamilton will start them off. 4-on-4. Here we go. Hamilton brings it down the middle. Quick pass off to Haas. That's Rosson, actually. Cross for Swinimer. Swinimer in with a shot. Saved by Eckert, and she holds on to that. 24 seconds left in the 4-on-4 as Saunders is forced back into the crease. And again, the Wolves regain control of the ball. Hayward up to Hamilton. Hamilton. Swinimer puts a low shot in. Nice stick save. That was a good position save by Eckert there. She was screened, but she knew where the ball had to go. That's sent down the length of the floor as Martin play it up to Swinimer. Swinimer up over center. As now the Wolves are on the power play. 5-on-4. As Hamilton plays at the Coffin. Down low to James. James. They go in motion. James across. Trying to get the ball through for Wilkie. Haas comes up with that. Haas back to Hamilton. Back low for James. James, as Coffin comes in, rolls off a pick. Looking for James on the doorstep. But the door closes very quickly there. James pass across. Haas able to get that one down. 10 seconds left in the shot clock. James up with the ball. James with a hard shot in. And Eckert makes the save. Eckert passes that down as Saunders runs on to the ball. Saunders plays that back up to Moore. Moore. Come around. Even Dartmouth, you got to get your players changing faster there. Looking Wilkie almost in alone there. Singer watching that as the ball bounces into the crease. Eckert will pick that up and play. Under 4 minutes remaining in this game now, as it's 9-3, Wolves leading. LaRock with the ball as we're back to 5-on-5. LaRock passed over to Gould. Gould trying to roll off a check. LaRock sets the pick, but Gould being accosted by McPherson. And pass across, and that's picked off, and here we go. As Rossa is away. Rossa in behind. Rossa hits the shot and scores! Rossa puts the Wolves in double digits. Transition. Interception coming right back down the floor. Rossa all alone finds the back of the twine, and it's a 10-3 score. Wolves leading with 3:24 remaining in the third period. Back to the face-off we go. McRae gets the loose ball. Hayward pushes off, gets it over to Swinimer. Swinimer down along the board. Swinimer looking in front for Dietrich. And her shot, I think that went off the crossbar. As Hayward working against Gould. Hayward rolls off. Back over for Anthony. Anthony trying to work her way in. Swinimer comes up with a loose ball. And Eckert comes up with a save. Speedy Joy hustling down the boards, taking out hard along the boards. Still up with the ball. Cross for LaRock. LaRock drives. LaRock coming in hard there. And we got a tripping call to the Wolves. Let's see if we can see that one again. LaRock drove. And Hayward got her legs tangled up with LaRock and caused the trip. I'm sure Aaliyah would rather have the goal, but you know, she'll take the drawing the penalty. Also takes Hayward off the floor, which has been a huge thorn in the side of Dartmouth. So 2 minutes for tripping's the call at 2:27 remaining in the third and final period. So Dartmouth coach going over with the power play. It's a 7-goal lead. I don't think Dartmouth's looking to tie her up or anything, but this is teaching moments for the coaching staff. When you got when you're working against a defense like the Wolves, this is your chance for your players to show you what they can do. Coming out for Dartmouth. You got LaRock, Moore, Joy, Singer, and Arsenault. Moore starts off the Bandits. Moore down low for Singer. Back to Moore. Cross. For Joy. Back to Moore. Gets it to LaRock. LaRock rolls off a check. Back to Moore. Can't handle the pass. Down to 12 seconds left in the shot clock as James plays twice her size down in defense there as comes up with it. Rolls off a check and right back down the floor. Under 2 minutes remain in the game as James passes that one off to Hamilton. Back to James. And she picks that back up, looking to kill this penalty. Right on her is Buckley as she's taken hard into the boards, but that's a rolling pick. Moving pick, I guess I should say. Beaton looks to get that right back up to LaRock. LaRock. The call up McPhee out for Dartmouth here. He showed some good promise earlier in this game as well. Joy back to LaRock. LaRock looking for a lane. Down to Arsenault. Arsenault. Cross looking for McPhee. But the pass goes wide. And Swinimer looking to pick that up as the shot clock expires. And that'll be Wolves' ball. And Swinimer quickly up. Gould knocks that one down at half. And Blois comes up as we got our 1 minute warning as Blois coming into the zone for Dartmouth. Cross for Moore. Moore puts it into net and scores! Moore with a bit of a lob shot. I think a little bit of a screen on Martin on that one, as Moore really didn't show a shot and just got found that far corner. So Dartmouth gets a goal with 44 seconds remaining in the game to go up to get their 4th goal of the game. Unfortunately for them, it's Sackville already had 10, as will be 5-on-5. We got a false start. Had a Wolf over the restraint line. So here we go. Gould looking to see if she can add another one for her Bandits. Moore back up top to LaRock. LaRock under 30 seconds to go. Moore looking for Gould in front, but that's broken up, and Rosson gets that up, and it's like we got a 3-on-0. Oh boy, don't leave your goalie out to like this, guys. There's a very tired Dartmouth team. 6 seconds left. As Swinimer will bob and weave in the final seconds to make it the final. 10 for Sackville, 4 for Dartmouth. As the Wolves go ahead undefeated, and Dartmouth will leave Sackville still winless in this 26th season. Lots of promise for the Dartmouth team. Great outing for number 54. It's going to lead them off in the handshake here. Miss Maya Eckert, an underage U17 goalie, stepping up for her team here. And looks like there's some promise. If Dartmouth could get control and get out of their zone, it would be a whole different story, I imagine, for the season. But they know that. They're working on that. And as the season goes on, we'll look. This is the first of 3 meetings between these two teams. Thanks, everybody, for watching. As we hope you enjoyed it as much as we did bringing it to you. And hope to see you back here at the next Wolves home game. If you're not here in person, remember, you can always watch it on Maritime Athletic Profiles. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. Have a great rest of your week. Goodbye.
you.